Hey everybody, Brett Seipels here from Seipels Records. This is going to be my April take-home video. It is a little late here, not super late, it's like 9 something, but normally I do these during the day, but you're catching me in a bun with my readers on, drinking some coffee to get me going, so bear with me. April was a little slower as far as like people bringing stuff in, so I do have quite a bit here, but still, it just seemed slower. Store did well though. I appreciate everybody that came in. We didn't do record store day. I missed the cutoff, so I didn't have any of the specific record store day titles, but I did open early. And we were busy, like we had the titles, so that was really great. So I appreciate everybody for coming early, and hopefully we'll have everything settled for Black Friday so I can have that stuff. I did end up getting a few of the record store day releases. I ordered them from a couple different record stores since I wasn't able to go out and actually get them. So I'll show those here in a little bit. But yeah, store's doing well. I've got hats. Everybody kind of went nuts over the hats, so I need to order some more. I still have some in the store, but a lot of people want me to ship them hats, and I'm happy to do that. But yeah, I am gonna order more. So I'm sorry, I'm like, I see this glare and I'm trying to get it off there, but you'll just have to deal with it, I guess. Sorry. I can't read words late at night, so anyway, let's get to some cool stuff and I can interject. So a friend of mine, Francois, comes into the record store who's really into jazz. He always trades me cool things. If you watch, I think the last video I had a white label promo of British Steel that came from him, and this record also came from him, and this is Trillion's second record, Clear Approach. This is also a promo. If you watch one of my other videos I've got the promo for their first record was actually like blue vinyl, which is super cool because that came out in '78. Blue vinyl is pretty common now, but not really for '78. But it's got the gold promo stamp on the back. This is what the back looks like. And then it's just a black disc. I actually, when I found out about this band, I think I said it in the video with the other one, I ended up selling their record to a friend and we listened to it and I was like, man, I really dig this. Reached out to their drummer on Facebook and we chatted back and forth for a second. That was cool. But yeah, so I got their second record. This one isn't as easy to find, it seems. It's not expensive, but I was going to end up ordering this with a regular copy of the first record, and then like I said, my buddy brought this in, so this is cool. This came out in 1980. It's pop rock. Their first album has more rock stuff to it. This seems a little softer, poppier, but it's still good. It's worth a listen. I like the first album a little bit better. But speaking of the first album, if you saw my post about all the 45s that we got, I found quite a few in there, but these were two that I pulled out for this, and they are also Trillion white label promos. So this is for Holdout, and it's mono on one side and then stereo on the other. White label, it says special rush service demonstration, not for sale. And so, like I said, this is from the first album. This is for, 1978. But gotta love that. I'll probably end up upgrading these sleeves because they're a little dingy, but they are the original Epic sleeves. And then I also got Give Me Your Money, Honey. Same deal. White label promo from the first record. This one doesn't say special rush service. It just says demonstration not for sale. But one side is mono, one side is stereo. So super happy to add those. Again, I had never heard of this band before. I just got a bunch of records in at the store one time and then caught on to their first album and really dig it. So now anytime I see Trillion stuff, I'm gonna nab it. That's it for 45s. I do think that I got some. Went through all my personal 45s last night. Took some picture sleeves to the store. I've got 6 of those little crates there, and they are jam packed. I had to make some room for some of the stuff that I've showed on previous videos, and 45s are super cool, and I have a ton of them, but I just had to let some stuff go. But yeah, so I did that, and I have a ton of 45s that I still have to get through at the store. So if there's anything you're looking for, let me know, and I can look, and you don't have to wait for me to get it out because it's gonna take a while. Let's do cassettes. I've got quite a few here, but we can get through them pretty quick, I think. This one I haven't listened to. I don't hardly any of these, but this is Little Caesar. This is on Metal Blade Records. It came out. It's pretty cool, like orange, and teal. This came out in '89, so I can't remember what this story is, but there is a picture of Eric Carr wearing a Little Caesar t-shirt somewhere, and I think he was trying to manage them maybe, or help get them a deal, or they were on tour with Kiss or something like that. But yeah, so this is not an easy one, and I believe this came from my buddy Brandon, who's the cassette guy. Speaking of a Kiss connection, I got Keel, The Final Frontier. This is just a standard copy. You don't see this one as often, I don't think. Clear tape. Had the pleasure of playing a show with Ron Keel one time. Supposed to be at this big outdoor festival thing. Had a big awesome stage, and it was going to be killer. And it got rained out, and Ron still wanted to put on a show for everybody, so everybody ended up using my drums. I think there were 4, maybe 5 bands that were there. So the band I was in at the time went on first, so I had all my drums set up, and then everybody else used them later on, including Ron and his guys. So that was cool. He was a fun guy. It just goes to show you, he could have said, screw it, we're not doing this. It was super cold. We set up in a beer tent. There was maybe 10 people there or something, not including the bands, but he still put on a killer show, and that's really how it should be done, even when you don't want to do it. So anyway, Ron Keel is awesome, and he said he would sign all my Keel records next time I saw him. So I'm waiting for you. I'm not a huge rap guy, but I felt like I had to take this home. This is Dr. Dre, The Chronic on cassette. Sorry for the glare. This is classic rap. And I can get into this stuff. You know, I think I've said I like Coolio and Dr. Dre. Really early Eminem. Early Jay-Z is good before he got crazy. So yeah, that is cool. I've got some Kiss cassettes here. Nothing super special. Here's a Crazy Nights. I probably need to check these and make sure that I don't have them, but this does not have the logo at the top. It's just Kiss in all capital letters. There are a couple of different Asylums here. This is a CRC, Columbia House Asylum. You can see that right there in the corner. This is my favorite Kiss album. A lot of people think that's crazy, but I actually really love this cover. This is my favorite lineup of the band with Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick. Everybody says that Creatures of the Night is Eric's best drumming. I think it's the best sounding drums of any Kiss record, but Eric's best drumming is on this record. It kind of gets buried at times, but it's Asylum. And it's not just King of the Mountain. You need to listen to everything. This one I kept because it's in the original PDI polygram. I don't know what the DI means, but it's got a record bar sticker on it, you know, that they wrote Kiss on, and you know, purchased December of '85, so just a month or two after this was released, I think. Yeah, there's another Crazy Nights here. This one has the logo on it, like if you see that. So this one is different than the other one. But like I said, I need to figure out if I really need that or not. But anyway, I'll do a double thing with a CD here. So some of you might not know this. I am a big Spider-Man fan, so I've got, you know, some of the records, and I collect a lot of the comics, and I read the current stuff. But here is this is from the Tobey Maguire first Spider-Man movie, and it's got a lenticular cover. I don't know if you can really see that in the thing, but hype sticker, you know, super cool. I had this in the store, and I was like, oh, I should keep that, and then I sold it, and then my buddy Chad ended up bringing it back, and I was like, well, I think I'm gonna keep it. So I kept that, and then I ended up getting the cassette, which this is from 2002. So this is kind of towards the end of cassettes. This is kind of an expensive cassette. It's like 30 or 40 bucks. Not crazy money, but still, you know, a lot for a tape. But so I got both of those. Pretty excited about that. All right, last cassette. I have been on a Quiet Riot kick, and I'm not gonna get super far into them tonight, but I might just end up doing a Quiet Riot episode. But I got Terrified on cassette. This came out in '93. This is Kevin Dubrow, Frankie Banali, Carlos Cavazo, and then Kenny Hillary on bass, who passed away in '96, so just a few years after this was released. This is a killer record. You know, I really only care about Kevin Dubrow era Quiet Riot stuff as far as listening goes. I love Jizzy Pearl. You know, I love Hate, and I fully support those guys doing what they're doing. I got to see them a little bit with Rudy at Creatures Fest a few years ago, and it's killer. So shout out to Alex for doing what he does, and long live Frankie and Kevin and Kenny and Randy and everybody else that we've lost. So yeah, so I was trying to like get all of the Kevin DuBrow era stuff like later on. I was lucky enough to see them in 2003 here in Terre Haute. Got to meet them, got my Metal Health album signed by everybody, and I mean, how freaking cool is that? But yeah, so I got to see the Metal Health era once, and super grateful for that. But yeah, so I was trying to find all these albums, and didn't really realize that some of that stuff is kind of tough. The Terrified cassette wasn't too bad. The CD is kind of like, it's like 40 or 50 bucks. It's a lot for a CD for me. So, I kind of picked and choose like how I was doing it at first. But probably the next video, you'll see that I caved. But on with the Quiet Riot, I got Down to the Bone, which came out in '95. This is Kevin, Carlos, and it says Chuck Wright on the back of this, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's someone else. Anyway, this is the Japanese CD. Also, really good stuff. There's a cassette of this on eBay right now for, I think it was $700 when I first looked, and now it's $600. That's ridiculous. It does say made in Canada, so I don't know if it was Canadian only. But there's no fucking way I would ever pay $700 for a tape. I don't care what it is. Yeah, so got Down to the Bone on Japanese CD. It's cool with the Obi. It was, I figured if I could get cool versions of this stuff, then I would try and do that first. Guilty Pleasures. This is the first record, I believe. No, this is the second record with the Metal Health lineup. So, Metal Health lineup, Kevin DuBrow, Frankie Banali, Carlos Cavazo, and Rudy Sarzo. So, Rudy came back in '99 for Alive and Well. This was the follow-up to that. So I saw them in '03. So this was kind of the tour they were on. Also really good stuff. Vicious Cycle is a pretty, Vicious Circle is pretty killer. Yeah, so check that out. And then this came out in '06. This was Kevin's last record with the band. This is Rehab. Also some really good stuff on here. No one sang like Kevin, so I'm a big fan. But yeah, so I got these CDs, I got this tape. I need to get Terrified on CD just to have it. And then I went kind of down a rabbit hole and ended up getting all of this stuff on vinyl. But that's for the next episode, because I've got 2 of them so far. I just posted one last night. I listened to Terrified. I'm going to listen to Down to the Bone when I'm done with this. And waiting on Rehab and Guilty Pleasures. So, collecting, man. Couple more cassettes. I did get 2 versions of the best of Quiet Riot. These are different. One is a clear tape, like that. So I had one of these, just like this, and it was really slow and sounded crappy. and I was trying to, you know, kind of just hit it and twist it and stuff, and then I ended up breaking it like a jackass. So I ordered another one, and then I found this one, which is on the cream or white tape or whatever. So a little different. It's cool to have. They were cheap, so got those. And then the only other cassette that I've got for this one is the best of Judas Priest, Living After Midnight. I've never seen this tape. I remember buying this at Walmart on CD. It says this came out 99, 98, 99, 98. So, you know, kind of later, but that's still cassette era. You know, I was buying tapes in the 90s. They were still putting cassette players in cars in the early 2000s. So, yeah, The Priest. So, I only have one more CD. That is the Essential Alan Jackson. Everybody knows how much I love Alan Jackson. This came into the store. I didn't have it. You know, it's got the cool. So I decided to keep it. All right, now on to 8-tracks. Buddy Greg came in, sold me some cool 8-tracks, and I was gonna keep a lot of them, and then I sold quite a few. This is one that I kept from him, though. This is gold and platinum, and the reason I kept this is because Come On Feel the Noise, Quiet Riot is on it. So, but there's, you know, Pat Benatar, Asia, The Cars, Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, Police, Toto, like all kinds of good stuff from the 80s. But this came out in 84, so this is a pretty late 8-track. I don't remember if I looked this one up or not, but it's, you know, probably some decent money, you know, not like $3 or something. All right, more 8-tracks, and then we'll get on to records. This is Led Zeppelin 4 on, this is a Columbia House. So this is a cool tan cart. Got the blue around it, you know, Columbia House. Got the CRC there. Super, super clean. New friend of mine, Phil, brought in a bunch of 8-tracks, and I ended up taking some of them for myself. But here's the Columbia House sleeve, still in the shrink, with the Terre Haute address at the bottom. You can see that. There we go. So that's cool. Led Zeppelin, Houses of the Holy. This super cool slipcase. Pink cart. Also super cool and groovy. Just freaking awesome. Phil really took care of his stuff, so I can definitely appreciate that. This is a, I thought this was an Ampex, but maybe not. But yeah. No, it's not. But how cool is that? Gotta love Zeppelin. This is also still in the shrink. He like taped the shrink to it. I don't know. I might end up taking all that off because the tape is kind of dingy now, as you can see. Yeah, see that? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Anyway, I don't know if I talked about it or not. I ended up getting a Sanyo quadraphonic 8-track receiver. It's just got a radio and an 8-track in it. but it's super nice. So I took a couple of quad 8 tracks from that lot from Phil. This is Santana, Borboleta. I've never heard this record. I don't know a lot about Santana. I'm not a huge fan, but I mean, when I listen to it, you know, it's fine. I like it. But it's quad, so once I want to get 4 alike speakers and actually hook that thing up and really listen to it in quad. And then I also got the Best of the Doors in quad. This super awesome orange, you know, sleeve. It actually says quadraphonic on the side, Q8 as they call it, and then orange cart. I have the quad version of this on vinyl too. So I need to get an actual receiver that I can hook up to that I can hook a turntable up to. So yeah, this has still got that tape and stuff on there. It's nasty. But anyway, so one more 8-track. When I was talking to Phil, I said something about being a Kiss fan, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I had a Kiss tape, but I was gonna give it to Susan Dinkle." And I was like, "Man, don't fucking give that to her. Like, give it to me." So I ended up buying this one separate, because I'd never really seen one before, you know, not like this. And he gave it to me for, you know, pretty good deal, and I treated him right on it. But it is the first Kiss album. I don't know if this sleeve is original to this or not, but it is super 70s and super cool with the pink and, you know, the style letters like that. But so from talking to my friend Tom Daniels, who is like the 8-track guru, he said that this is like a 75 reissue transition type tape. Not super common. He said they're, you know, probably around $50. So I gave my buddy Phil 30 for it, and you know, I'm super happy with it. It's going in my collection, so you know, I'm not going to sell it or anything. All right, so that's it for the 8 tracks. Like I said, I didn't really take home a lot of records this month, so I did order some Record Store Day stuff, and I haven't really listened to hardly any of it yet, but I did get the Def Leppard live. This is live at the Lead Mill in Sheffield, May 19th, 2023. So this is really current. It is on silver vinyl. It's not translucent, but you know, it's got some marks in it, if you can see. And there's that. There's Phil. There's Joe. It's got a really cool gatefold of them at the show, which looks pretty intimate. So this should be a fun deal. And they play some different stuff. You know, Action, Fire It Up, Let It Go, Too Late for Love, Excitable, Mirror Mirror, Look Into My Eyes, Slang, Kick, Bringing On the Heartbreak, Switch, 625, Hysteria, Pour Some Sugar on Me, and Wasted. So there's some gems in there. There's Rick, and then Rick and Jesus. Well, I can't think of his name now. That's really terrible. Vivian Campbell. Jeez, I'm really sorry. I promise I know my Def Leppard, but it's late. But yeah, same deal. cool swirly silver stuff. I know I had someone ask me about ordering this. I had to order mine directly from a record store. I don't feel right ordering that stuff and then upcharging people for it, you know. So if I come across more, then that's another thing. Or if I decide to sell this, then I'll let you know. But this thing. So I got the Dazed and Confused, the even more Dazed and Confused soundtrack. This is the Record Store Day exclusive. This is on purple vinyl. And if you saw my post about this, I literally opened it and there are some noticeable scratches on it, which is really annoying. But, you know, I guess that's just the way that it goes. I bought this thinking that I had the first one, but I actually have a copy of this that is limited to 750 copies on green vinyl from FYE. So I might actually end up selling this. One guy already has dibs on it, but if he doesn't, then I will be putting it in the store. I did play it. It sounds fine. You can't hear the scratches. They're just there, and it bothers me. So there's that. And then the coolest thing, which I was kind of worried about, being able to get, is the Eric Carr Unfinished Business box set. This thing is pretty thick. If you see, there is a USB-C charging port there. And that is because if you press on the eyes, they light up, just like the Creatures of the Night records. So super cool. I love it. They knocked it out of the park with the box, and I've never seen anything like that before. Here's the hype sticker. I cut all these off. Talks about the charging and all that stuff. There is, so when you open this up, here's the jacket. Here's the back. Pretty killer, hot in the shade picture of Eric behind his black Ludwigs. It's a decently thick jacket. I put both of the records in, MoFi style sleeves. So there's a blue one, translucent, and then a yellow translucent. Super cool. I still need to listen to these. The labels are different. This has got black with blue lettering on it. This is purple with pink lettering. This is the original inner sleeve that it came with all the credits. Shout out to my buddy John Humphrey for being on this. The other side is a pretty killer Creatures of the Night tour picture with Eric, his big silver Ludwig kit, 6.5 Supraphonic, and then some Paiste Rudes. So if you know me, that's what I play, are Paiste Rudes, unless I have to play a small place, and then it's a different story. But and then here's the other inner sleeve credits for that, and then a killer picture of Eric from the Animalized tour with his black chrome Ludwig kit. And then it came with a fold-out poster. This is a painting of Eric from the Creatures era, with some not so properly sized drums, but it's a really cool poster regardless. It's just one fold there. Well, I believe that's it as far as that stuff goes. I got a ton of great stuff in at the store over the weekend, and I got some more today. If you did not see my post, there is a mono pressing of Jimi Hendrix and The Experience, Are You Experienced? It is freaking awesome, and it is so hard not to put that in my May take-home video. But it's at the store. For the moment, I'm going to keep it in the store. So if you want it, you need to come to the store to get it. Buddy of mine has dibs on it if it sits for a while, so it is for sale, but you got to come to the store. But I got some really good, like, you know, not so crazy expensive stuff. I got some Zeppelin, I got some Steely Dan, I got some Genesis, lots of good stuff. I got a Quiet Riot Metal Health today, so my friend Beth was just talking about getting one of those, so I need to message her. Well, I guess we'll see if she watches my videos. This is also the longest video that I've done, so I'm probably rambling on. Oh, I do have one more record. I forgot. So one of the times that I was gone, I can't remember if it was when I was going to the wrestling con or playing a show, but someone dropped off some records at the store, and in those was a white label promo of Ted Nugent, Scream Dream. So the disc looks pretty good, sounds good. The jacket is really rough, so I need to find another jacket for this thing. It's got tape, ringwear, stickers, just fucking everything. But it does have that gold promo stamp, so I need to find a new one. I actually need to go through mine. Mine might have a promo stamp, but might not be a white label promo, so maybe that's what I'll do. I got too much stuff. So, yeah, the Nuge. I can't remember if this came in April, but I'm going to show it now anyway. My friend Brian brought me a couple of newspaper articles with Kiss in them. And so, like, one of them is this here, Kiss Mania Returns. It's got a picture from Detroit Rock City, my favorite movie of all time. And then that's a picture of them getting their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So yeah, he gave me that, which is awesome. And then one thing that I absolutely love is he gave me one of these. So this is the newspaper that came out December 11th, 1998. This was the day before my first Kiss show. And this talks about them returning to Terre Haute. I think the interview is actually with Ace. Yeah, it is. So the story behind this and why this is so special to me. My dad, you know, I wanted to go see Kiss really bad. I knew they were coming to Terre Haute, and, you know, they were like, my parents, you know, they were just like, oh, it's, you know, it's really expensive. You know, we're just not going to be able to do it. I was like, you know, I was bummed, but I understood. And so December 10th is my best friend Dave's birthday. And on December 11th, he was having his birthday party. So in 98, I was 10. So I think he was turning 11. And so my dad walks over, because Dave lived right next door to me. And he's like, hey, can I borrow Brett for a second? So I was like, hey, what's up? I thought I was in trouble, you know. And he's like, nah, you're not in trouble. I just got to show you something. So I walk in the back door, and on the kitchen table was this newspaper. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's cool. You know, it's Kiss. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Dad. And then he pulls out a seating chart for Holman Center and says, "Hey, we're sitting here tomorrow for the Kiss show." And I freaking lost my mind, you know. I was finally going to go see Kiss. You know, I was 10 years old. Like, they said my eyes, like, you know, lit up like, you know, they were as wide as eggs or whatever. And I was running back, screaming, you know, just so excited. And no one gave a shit. Except, well, my friend Ben Witt, he actually cared, and he thought that was really cool, but no one else cared about going to see Kiss. But anyway, I still have the original paper. My mom had laminated it, and so I have that. I've found another one before, and I bought that, and then Brian gave me this one. I traded him a CD for it. But super happy to have this. If any of you guys have this, I'll happily take as many of them as I can get, because this is really what started. I mean, you know, my first show was what changed my life. So, you know, I wouldn't be here doing this probably had I not gone to that show. You know, I wouldn't have a record store probably, and I wouldn't have seen Kiss 49 times. I wouldn't be friends with, you know, all these cool people, and wouldn't have, you know, made all these relationships and seen all the shows and done the things that I've done. So very appreciative of my parents and that time. And, you know, it's just a really, really cool thing to look back on. So I believe that's it. This has gone on for a long time. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. As always, we are open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. If you don't know for some random reason, I have an independent record store that is just a hair under 5 months old in Terre Haute, Indiana. We are one of 3 stores currently in Terre Haute. Soon to be 2. So, you know, the community is awesome, and we've been getting a lot of traction with everything, and it's really good. So, you know, I buy big collections. I do everything from 12-inch records, 45s, CDs, tapes, you know, including cassettes and 8-tracks, reel-to-reel, stereo equipment, speakers, any of that stuff. Anything music related, I do. You know, if you have a VHS copy of some concert or whatever, you know, I'm interested in that as well. So, yeah, bring all that stuff in. If you're looking for stuff, hit me up. And if I have it, I'll let you know. And if I get it, I'll let you know too. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for all of your support. Like I said, I have hats at the store. I'm getting some more. I've got bumper stickers that are on order, so those will probably be like, I don't know, a couple bucks probably. And I have some other cool stickers that are coming as well. Still have slip mats. Just got a new BCW order in today. So lots of, you know, collecting supplies and all that stuff too. So yeah, whatever you need, I've got it, or I will get it. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you liked the most in the comments. You can, yeah, comment. You know, if you have something similar, comment that, and let's talk about your collection too. Be sure to like and subscribe. Everything is at Siples Records. Instagram, Facebook, those are the 2 big ones. Obviously YouTube, and then I do have a Twitter/X account that I don't really use all that often, but it's there. So yeah, just connect with us, and happy listening.